Got a fire for a heart, I'm not scared of the dark. You never seen it look so easy. Got a river for the soul, and baby you're a boat. Baby you're my only reason. If I didn't have you there would be nothing left. A shell of a man who could never be his best. If I didn't have you would never see the sun. You taught me how to be someone, yeah. All my life you stood by me, but no one else was ever behind me.
Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy, The Knight of Justice. Today we're going to be doing a power scaling video on Bay Ray Bill. And join me today, we have my good old buddy Splash. So how you doing, Splash?
How y'all doing today?
Y'all may know his YouTube channel, The Realm of Splash. He's a really good YouTuber. I advise you check him out if you want to know about Star Wars and stuff, Marvel, DC, etc. He's a real cool dude. You'll learn a lot from him if you check him out. So we're gonna go over Bay Ray Bill and how he stands in the Marvel universe. So Splash, you want to start us off on explaining who Bay Ray Bill is?
Yeah, so Beta Ray Bill, he hails from a race called the Corbinites. These people were basically, they got lit up and they had to be on the move. And what they needed while they were traveling the star systems was protection. So they started working on cyborgs. However, most died, and I believe Beta Ray Bill was actually the only one to survive the procedure, but he ended up coming out as a cybernetic freak and was the protector of his people. One day comes into a confrontation with Thor, and he's like, yo, we're trying to move, and Thor is like, yo, I'm Thor, so let's fight. They throw down. They're pretty much even. Odin shows up. This is the legendary moment in Marvel Comics when Beta Ray Bill picks up Thor's hammer. Odin shows up and is like, hey, man, you two should throw down to see who deserves the hammer. They fight. Basically, it's a stalemate, and he is then given a weapon called Stormbreaker for normies. That is what they call the new weapon in the MCU, but that is Beta Ray Bill's weapon in the comics. And ever since then, he's basically been an ugly-ass version of Thor.
So yeah, Bay Ray Bill is pretty powerful. He's always looked down upon by some normies, saying he's like just some horse with a hammer, nothing but Thor's not knockoff. Like, have Superman. Knockoff of Superman like Gladiators, Sentry, etc. But I find Bay Ray Bill more interesting than Thor in some instances.
That's it is a weird situation because Thor is like, most people love him for his toughness, but Beta's arguably tougher because he is like, I don't give a damn if you have a hammer. We could throw down right now. So I agree on that part.
So where we can start scaling Bay Ray Bill is that he's easily been shown to casually tank the destruction of planets blowing up on top of him when in his fight against like Stardust, which is another hero of Galactus. They were literally flying through solar systems, destroying entire planets, and Bay Ray Bill just cracked the staff on Stardust's chest and blew up an entire planet on top of him. He also been able to survive through stars, casually just tank the attacks of stars. You can also scale him off of the Silver Surfer, who also has these similar feats. Silver Surfer's literally surf supernovas for fun. So for like casually, he's already above like in those star level ranges. As y'all know on my YouTube channel, I mentioned these feats time and time again for scaling hero level characters. The Silver Surfer was able to redirect energy from like Unilord, and during this time, Unilord was like a ruler of his own universe because he was absorbing souls to make himself a lot more powerful. And the Surfer was able to manipulate this energy inside Unilord, and it was so intense it destroyed the entire solar system. During the Infinity Gauntlet era, when Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet, he wiped out half the universe, right? And Surfer was able to tank this along with Adam Warlock. Multiple star systems was destroyed in this process, and Surfer tanked this with like no shields, and he was like totally off guard. And Surfer even stated to Dr. Doom that if his power was misused, because Dr. Doom did take the power of the Surfer before he took the power of Galactus. So Surfer warned him that if his power is misused, it can destroy an entire galaxy. And so you already have like multi-solar to galaxy level feats and scaling for Surfer right there. That's more of like consistent scaling for Surfer. And you have Bay Ray Bill able to fight on par against the Surfer in some instances. It also is comparable to Thor, since Surfer and Thor has been able to fight on par with each other, so they're quite relative in a sense. Would you agree, Splash?
Yeah, so one of the misconceptions is we've seen Thor and Beta Ray Bill fight multiple times throughout comics. There's been a couple times where Thor wins. Here's the thing for the scaling purposes. Consistency-wise, he scales to normal Thor. What that means is when Thor is not wilding out, basically Thor is almost always holding back, suppressing himself because he doesn't want to just kill everything. And but when he goes into his warrior madness mode, or when he just lets loose, he is above Beta Ray Bill usually. So, but normal, the Thor you're used to in comics is pretty consistently the same level as Beta Ray Bill, and Thor is very comparable to Silver Surfer. So I definitely agree on that front.
You also have like some good feats, with some good highball feats for Beta Ray Bill. He's able to like tank attacks from like Galactus. He's also been able to damage Galactus's armor that one time. So you could probably highball Beta Ray Bill to like low multiversal to possibly multiversal for like highball feats. But consistently he's in those Soldiers in the Galaxy ranges. And he is quite relative to like a base Thor. And his limiter, what are you going to explain about that limiter thing? I've never heard that before with his limiter.
Okay, so one of the more lesser known facts about Beta Ray Bill is he has power limiters on his body. These are basically because his body is cybernetic based. So they don't it's kind of like Darth Vader. He doesn't use lightning and stuff because they don't want his suit to short itself out or to malfunction. So basically they don't want him using too much power and risk putting his body in harm's way because of it. However, every once in a while he's cut back on the power limiters, like he just kind of shut them off for a period of time. And when he actually had a showing with Stardust and Surfer where they were fighting a fleet, and he was doing okay. They're all struggling. And then Beta Ray Bill decides to shut off some power limiters, and he outperformed both Stardust and Surfer at the same time. So when he is more, it's almost like his own version of Warriors Madness.
And Stardust, along with other heroes, are not like when it comes to like feats, Surfer is like the most well known and most prominent herald. But then you have like Tyrant, who easily scales above him because he was like the first herald of Galactus. But generally, other heralds would be in those Stardust solar system levels, and Stardust is like no exception. She was able to along with Red Sith, hold back a blast from Galactus when Annihilus was harnessing his power, and later on, Stardust was able to reconstitute herself back together, and Beta Ray Bill was able to hold his own against Stardust and completely overpower him. It was at one time he literally bit off Stardust's head off just because he got tired of dealing with his shit.
Yeah, Beta is crazy, and he I know you'll probably mention it, but one of my favorite moments with him was Fenrir. For people that don't know, most normies know it via the MCU with Thor Ragnarok. It's the big ass wolf, Loki's son. I forgot what the context was, but Beta got sick of Fenrir's shit and one-shotted him and like completely reduced him to a skeleton. It's like, what? Like, that's not exactly one-shotting a normal being. That's literally a godly wolf.
Yeah, Fenrir's a lot like a bunch of trolls were like giving Thor a hard time. Actually, like put Thor on his knees, and you have Beta Ray Bill come out of nowhere and just nag Fenris.
Yeah, it was bad, and for scaling purposes, that wolf is actually a formidable opponent for even Thor. We're not saying like Fenrir scales above Thor or anything like that, but if Thor's not careful, he's in trouble.
You also have like some other good feats. There was just being called Omega Ray, who prior was able to slap Beta Ray Bill and Stardust together, but then later on, Beta Ray Bill got like tired of it and he just completely defeated Omega Ray without holding back.
Yeah, if I remember, is that I think that situation did change a little bit to where Omega Ray lost some power, but it was
Yeah,
still once she got relative to Beta Ray Bill, he stomped, and it's like it basically shows if you're close to Beta Ray's power, even if you're a little above him, he's gonna kick your ass. So it's like, and that's something important with his character because of his hacks that characters that are relative to him, he can neg them with energy absorption and stuff. So it makes
yeah,
him very tame.
he has some really impressive hacks. He's also tactical in like combat. There's this time when he fought against Ego. He was able to teleport throughout battle. He teleported back to Ego and brought like an asteroid and smashed Ego in the face with it. And he also can like summon lightning, like casual, like a Thor thing with a hammer. He can make force fields. He can manipulate the weather. He has advanced healing similar to Thor. He can also manipulate matter along with the hammer, and he has insane willpower. There was this time when Bill was breaking a machine, and it was like messing with his mind, right? And he just completely just broke out of it. So he has good mind hacks, resistances.
Yeah, and then you want me to talk about Scuttlebutt?
Oh yes, his ship.
Yeah, so he has a big ass sentient ship called Scuttlebutt. This, in my opinion, in normal circumstances, makes him more dangerous than Thor because this ship can operate on its own and independently. And he was fighting Surfer at one time. The fight was very close, but Surfer got the drop on him by using his board and had the board ambush Beta Ray Bill. And before Surfer could finish him, Scuttlebutt came out the cut and lit up Surfer. Like, didn't thrash Surfer, but it was enough to get Beta Ray Bill back on his feet and continue. So, like, this ship has enough firepower to rock characters similar to Beta Ray Bill. It won't, like, beat them, but it can easily hold them off, as well as it can heal itself, heal others. It has insane technology and force fields. So, on top of the Stormbreaker hacks he has with his hammer, he has a sentient warship. It just makes him an absolute beast in combat.
Yeah, he can just summon that ship to his beck and call anytime he wants. For speed, where do you put Beta Ray Bill's speed at?
He's definitely Thor tier. He when they fought several times, they're the exact same speed. They couldn't like speed blitz each other. He's fought evenly with Silver Surfer, so you could put him massively faster than Light to immeasurable tier, depending on how high you put Surfer personally. But lowest id you could do is massively fast.
Yeah, I've mentioned multiple times in my previous videos that immeasurable speed, you could put characters at immeasurable speed, and for Surfer, it is consistent with him. He has like some pretty good showings. Yeah. He has some pretty good showings with it, and whoever can keep up with the Surfer. Sometimes he does hold back against most of his opponents, but generally, if you can keep up with the Surfer, you'll be relative to his speed.
And it's the funny thing about Beta Ray Bill is while he's not like necessarily the strongest, when he shows up, people are like, God damn. Like, they know like fighting Beta Ray Bill is a literal chore because he won't stop. It comes from both his hardships as a Corbinite to being a natural protector of things, as he was made like the bodyguard, and just being a badass in general. Like, he literally one of the few people that could match Thor when it comes to just being a Chad. Thor couldn't out-Chad him, so that should give you an idea of how he is.
And you could also scale if you want to do like other highballs, you can scale Beta Ray Bill to some defeats that Surfer and Thor have performed. Like Surfer has been able to overpower Mephisto in his own realm, resist his hacks. Thor has been able to tank the essence of Surtur, fight on power with Mangog, who slapped Odin and all the Asgard army. You also have some feats where Surfer was able to defeat Agent of Tenebrous, beings that were able to clap Galactus prior to the Annihilation event. So you can scale Beta Ray Bill to those highball feats off other characters.
Yes, especially with energy manipulation and the lightning. Like we saw just his lightning attack one-shotted Fenrir, so it's definitely up there with the same energy output as Thor.
So yeah, Beta Ray Bill is nothing to sleep on at all. He's definitely one of those powerful hero level tier beings, and he should get a lot more shown. I was expecting him to be in the MCU because we saw his face in Ragnarok, but oh well.
We saw his face?
Yeah, you see his face in Ragnarok on that statue in Sakaar.
Shit. Oh, I didn't notice that. I know, I mean, like, obviously, when I heard the name Stormbreaker, I was like, oh, we're not going to see Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, that's why I thought they would put Stormbreaker in there for, but...
I guess, that's an argument for another day. Like, that's another complaint. But yeah, I would honestly... I think Beta Ray Bill, in a lot of cases, should be considered more dangerous than Thor, because Beta Ray Bill has scuttlebutt, and, like, even without the hammer, he was rivaling Thor. So, yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, I remember the second time Thor was like, you know what? Let's square up right now. No hammer. And Beta Ray Bill still.
Yeah, it was like a tie, but I think Beta Ray Bill stood up first. And it was like, shit, he needs his own gat then.
But yeah, that's been the video for today. Thank my man Splash for joining me on this collab on Beta Ray Bill. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Look out for me and Knight of Justice, aka Mephisto's upcoming collab on my channel. It's going to be Hulk and Scar versus Thor and Silver Surfer. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know who would win that fight. It could go either way, to be honest, if you argue it well. But yeah, that'll be a great video to do in the future. But like I said, if you like the video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Also comment down below and hit that notification button for more videos. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.